Hello, everyone. I hope everybody's doing fine. Oh no, this memory. It looks like I have to put another memory card in. Maybe I should delete some of the videos. But anyway, we're gonna go on with this test. I don't know how long the test is going to be, but let's see. Um, this is the first test for Dance Without Music. Okay, we have to keep going. It's such a good program. Um, it would not last this long if it wasn't really good. I use everything with this Dance Without Music. It's not just, okay, not that I use everything. The things that we speak about in Dance Without Music, I use. And the reason why I can progress is um, because I use it, I guess you can say. Yes, 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 yes. It progresses because I use it and I see other things that I can use to develop it better. One of the things that I know that's going in the right direction, because now when I do the telephone, and I'm really, really up there because I've been doing it ever since I was a little kid, is when I use it, when I put in my code for the telephone, and we also have a code at work, I know that there's a position for every movement that we have. It's connected. I'm connected to every movement when I do the. Okay, so I know it's going in the right direction because it keeps developing. Okay, and that's why I continue with the Dance Without Music to help other people. And I know that there's maybe one or two, but who at least, I don't know, one or two, maybe could be 3 or 10, who have followed all the way. And if they follow all the way, they'll be the best. And it's new, so it's going to take a long time to catch on. What I think is you need to see other people who have done it, but then they would have been doing it for maybe 5 years, and then you're going to see, and then you have to start from the beginning, like just the way it is. Or else you'll see something in these lessons that's get going to give you more interest. Anyway, it's either whatever way it takes you to learn and improve yourself in knowing how you work, how powers work is up to you, and it's at everybody's own pace. Okay, so I'm very happy to do this. And like I said, now it's free. I don't know about in the future. I mean, like, I know it's free because that's the way I have to do it. But others, I don't know. Maybe if they learn it and then they teach it, I don't think it's going to be free. I know I have to do it. No matter what, I have to do it. I mean, it's something that I made a promise to, and I have to deliver the promise, whether I'm taken care of monetarily or whatever or not. It doesn't make a difference. I have a sworn oath to do this Dance Without Music. So anyway, this is the test that we do. I'm going to start from the beginning and I'm going to go up. And remember, when I start from the beginning, each level does not pertain to the higher levels. Because in the beginning, you didn't know a lot of things. So that means you have to pretty much be able to go down the level and what you learned in the beginning, what you learned as the thing goes on. So the first one is, and I know this thing is, I can't take that long, but I'm just going to wait until it cuts off. It's going to cut off by itself. And maybe that will end the test, or maybe I'll finish the test before it cuts off. So far, it seems like it's giving me 39 minutes, but I don't think it's going to be 39 minutes. Um, so the first part of the test, I want to say, um, what's the diff? Okay, how many speeds do we have? Okay, and this is from the earlier parts. I'm going to wait for a little while and then I'm going to answer. Or you can turn it off and then answer it or whatever, but then I'm going to answer it. Okay. The speeds that now this is the answer. The speeds that we have is slow, fast, and rhythm. Okay. Now the next one is explain. This is from the basics also. Explain in life how we do transitions. But remember, transitions are something that we use in the dance that we're practicing, the Thriller dance. But I want you to explain, because it's very important, how does it relate in real life? Give me an example. Okay. So if you're thinking about it, remember, if you're thinking about it, turn it off, because then I'm going to give the answer. So now I'm giving the answer. The answer is, say you're sitting down in a bar and you're thinking about your day, and then all of a sudden someone walks in that you really like, and they're walking toward your direction. Okay, they walk toward your direction and sit right next to you. So you have to go through a transition to go from what you're doing now to, if you want to talk to this person, or this person's like you're that's what you call a transition in real life. That's an example. So if your example was something like that, then you're right. So now let's go up a little bit. Okay, let's go to there. In the advanced lesson, this is, some of it's going to be on the videos that I did. In the videos, in the beginning videos, it had an advanced lesson. It said advanced warning. Why did I give that warning? And what was the conclusion I made in the other videos I had? I mean, after that warning advanced lesson. I'm going to wait for a little while, and then I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give the answer. If you're fixing up the answer, turn it off or pause it, because I'm getting ready to give the answer. Okay, the answer. The answer was, when I was doing the advanced lesson that said warning, I was coming to a position in our progress to where I couldn't go further. Not that I couldn't go further, I came to a dead end, okay, to where I had to make some changes or figure out what was going on. After the lesson, after the warning lesson, everything changed, because I realized that it was the concept of gravity that was in the way, which was stopping me from producing and advancing the lessons. So if your questions or something like, if your answers or something like that, you got it right. So now next one, it's going up now. What was the reason, which I never really believed, I mean, I never, at the time when we talked about gravity, okay, I was trying to, I mean, I didn't believe it at that point in time anyway, but the lessons and the things that I was doing in the Dance Without Music helped me to facilitate, or to, how can I say, helped me to accelerate my theory, which I don't believe is a theory now, a fact for me, about that there is no gravity. Okay? So, the question is, why did I come up, what explanation did I give about the fact, to me, the fact of there being no gravity? And it's in the videos, in the YouTubes around the area. Okay, because I'm getting ready to give the answer. So the answer is the fact that there was balancing on balancing on balancing, okay? And in order to preserve that concept, you had to get rid of gravity. Get rid of the concept of gravity. The next question is the concept of gravity explain the difficulty of giving up gravity, the concept of gravity. Okay, the answer. To give up the concept of gravity, we have to pretty much change the way we've been doing for a long time, because the concept of gravity has put many obstacles in our way, many distractions. All the time, we always say, what about gravity? 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 And if you get rid of all of that, which takes a very long time, you have other things that you see. Okay? So, the next question is, many things. By giving up the concept of gravity, and it's not just a concept, because it changed everything in the way our body is made and our conditioning and everything. What did we gain by giving up the concept of gravity, which is not a hard thing and it takes a long time to do? What did we gain? Name about 3 things that we gained. Okay, the answer. We gained our ability to see, okay, to see the power. Now, I'm not going to say powers because we didn't know powers by then. Our ability to see, how can I, tension. Remember when I stood up and I did this? Our ability to see weight, our ability to see pressure. So those are some of the things that we gained by giving up gravity, the concept of gravity. Okay, so next one is going to be on control, the control. Okay. Name one thing in mathematics that the control controls. Okay, the answer. It controls angles. Remember? See, this is an angle, and this is an angle, okay? And this is an angle. And this is an angle. So, it controls the angles. How does it control angles? Question. Answer. It's loaded in the vertex. Okay, so we have an angle, and then we have the vertex. And you load it. Remember I said you load it, and then you load it. Okay. Okay, so that's another one. Another one on the what is a vortex, and what happens when we load it? Answer. The vortex is here. One vortex is here, and we load it, and then we can do this and this. Up here, we load it, and we could do this and this. Okay? That's loading the vortex. Okay, now what's now? Oh, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. What are some examples of entertainers or whatever? Just name one main one that I put in one of the videos. Question. Okay, answer. The answer is Janet Jackson when she did Miss You Much. In the beginning, she goes, "You really gonna do that? You really gonna do that?" And she goes something like that. You can see the control in her face. So I used that one. Okay, so what's another one? Now we're going up the ladder, going up. We did the control. We did that. Now we're going to get into. Okay. So the next one is name 3 powers. Okay, 1 power is tension. 1 power is weight. 1 power is, I guess you can say, force. Another power is, let me give another power. Force, weight. You can pretty much call anything that we see in the realm that we're talking about powers. So I can say energy is also power, even though it includes 2 things. But a power is pretty much anything that we can see in the realm that we're talking about in the Dance Without Music. We deal with powers, and that's the term that we came up with, which leads me to another one. As far as the term is concerned, what is a premonition as far as Dance Without Music is concerned? A premonition, answer. A premonition is something when you're working on something in the Dance Without Music, and you see yourself getting better, and something happens in your mind, and you can see that you're getting ready to advance. So you can feel yourself ready, that you're going to be ready soon, and that's a premonition. Like, for instance, when I told you about, now I'm getting a premonition, like when I do the telephone or when I do codes, I can see it from my mind, the movement, the placement. Okay, so that's a premonition, but I don't know what it's going to bring. But I'm also going to do premonitions to where, remember one time, because I'm working on this balance on the other level, on the other side, and then I was cooking, and I started balancing on the left, on the other quadrant. So, and that's a premonition. So now we're going to talk about quadrants a little bit, and this might cut off. If it cuts off, then that's going to be end of the lesson. So I think I'm going to wait until it cuts off. So I'm going to keep going until it cuts off, and then that's going to be the end of the lesson. Now we're going to talk about quadrants. Name 3 quadrants. 1 quadrant is the right quadrant. The right quadrant, which is also the correct quadrant, which is also the which is also the natural quadrant. Then we have the other quadrant. Okay, and then we have the between quadrant. Okay. And now the next question. 3 quadrants equal what? All the quadrants, even there's another quadrant, but all the quadrants equal what? Answer. 3 quadrants equal the quadrant. How do we get to the quadrant? Answer. The quadrant we can get to, well, right now, oh, I'm not going to do that one because we haven't done that yet. When we jump into the quadrant. When we land, we get land on either the natural quadrant, the between quadrant, or the other quadrant. Okay. And another question, what do we use quadrants for? And this is probably a trick question because it depends on, I don't think I stated it, but it's going to be pretty hard to figure it out. But, well, the answer is, I definitely stated it, for movement. With the quadrants, we can move. You ever tried moving without a place to go? Okay. It's like you're sitting down and you don't have anywhere to go. So there's nothing where to go. But with the quadrants, you know how the quadrants move, you know how they activate and everything like that, so it gives you know that it needs movement. Where is the subquadrant? The subquadrant is here. How many subquadrants do we know now? Answer: 2. Subquadrant. Now they're going to be, I'm going to keep doing it, I'll tell you until it cuts off, and then that's going to be the end of the lesson. Where is the retroseg? Answer: the line here. Where is the piso? Answer: right here. Question: where is the story? Answer: here. Question: where is the half story? Answer: here. Okay. So anyway, that about ends the for now, it ends the first test. I hope, the thing about it is, this is forever, this lesson. So you might get to it a year from now, or you might get to it 3 years from now. But anyway, that's the first test. Thank you very much.